Hello, I'm Giuseppe Pietraroia. Most of you know me as Joey, and I'm the Associate Conductor and Chorus Master here at Pacific Opera. Today, I have the pleasure of being your host for the 5th in our series of Lunchbox Opera. Today, we have two wonderful artists who are well known to our audiences here in Victoria, tenor Benjamin Butterfield and pianist Kinza Tyrrell. They've got a great eclectic program for you, and without further ado, please welcome Ben and Kinza.
Thanks, Joey. Hi, Kinza.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Want to start at the beginning?
Beginning.
We could go backwards always.
Very good place to start.
Yeah, okay.
Mozart?
Sure, let's get it over with.
Just checking. Wenn die Liebe aus deinen blauen, hellen, offenen Augen sieht und für Lust hineinzuschauen, mir sie im Herzen klopft und glüht. Und ich halte dich und küsse deine Rosenwangen warm. Liebes Mädchen, und ich schließe zitternd dich in meinen Arm, in meinen Arm, in meinen Arm. Mädchen, Mädchen, und ich drücke dich an meinen Busen fest, der im letzten Augenblicke sterbend, sterbend mutig vom sich lässt. Den berauschten Blick umschattet eine düstere Wolke mir, eine düstere Wolke mir. Und ich sitze dann ermattet, 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 aber selig neben dir. Ermattet, 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 aber selig neben dir, aber selig neben dir, aber selig neben dir, neben dir, neben dir. Ich liebe dich so, wie du mich am Abend und am Morgen. Noch war kein Tag, wo du und ich nicht teilten unsere Sorgen. Auch waren sie für dich und mich geteilt, leicht zu ertragen. Du tröstetest in Kummer mich, ich weint in deine Klagen, in deine Klagen. Drum Gottes Segen über dir, du meines Lebens Freude. Gott schütze dich, erhalt dich mir, schütz und erhalt uns beide. Gott schütze dich, erhalt love how like that's one piece. Two pieces like one piece.
Yeah.
Mozart and Beethoven.
Well,
Mozart and Beethoven. What did you think of that?
I thought it was lovely.
That's nice.
I have to say, it's so great to hear live music again. And it's great to have you here. It was beautiful. So tell me, how has it been putting this together in these strange times?
I'd say it's a gift. Can I start with that? If we're all not allowed to go anywhere, and Kinza and I have known each other for years. We're colleagues at school. And then let's make music. Oh, we can't. We can. She has a great place where she's got a patio, right? And your French doors. So I sing outside and she plays inside.
but we're only 8 feet apart. Yeah, or so.
And we've gotten closer and closer.
And then you've
As
come
it-
inside. We have quite a large
Yeah.
living room, so you started way on the other side, and then you've, now you're by the end of the piano.
You know what it's like? It's a bit like our new cat that we've acquired.
Charlie.
Charlie. And Charlie, we've acquired a new
Oh,
cat.
you've acquired.
He's 15, he's old, he's 80, he's
Oh.
like
He
an
just
old man.
moved in.
We've acquired an old man. It's very strange. And he slowly started coming across the street. And now he's in our house. And so it's the same.
And he's in your bed now.
He's in
I
our,
mean, he's.
stop it, that's a little weird anyway. Yes.
I mean, he can't
he
get
is.
any closer
No,
to
can't get any
you.
closer. We're not, anyway. So, but that's the nice thing is that we can get closer and closer. And I think that's the point, is to find these bubbles.
Exactly.
And if you can stay in them,
But as long as you're somewhere in the same room, you can feel like you're right next to each other, like sitting right next to each other,
But that's
without
all-
physically having to be.
that's also the
Chamber
thing about
music.
ears,
Yeah.
right? Like that.
Well, you are a collaborative pianist. So there you go. How do you collaborate at a distance? Can you still collaborate?
You can, as long as you're still in the same venue. I mean,
Yeah, but you've been doing your karaoke with Kinza.
I've been trying to do a project called Karaoke with Kinza where I pre-record the track like a karaoke machine, and people sing on top of it. And the end result can be very deceiving. It can sound like we did it together, but it's completely different cities and countries and living rooms, and it's put together. But it's very mechanical.
Right.
And so it's nice to actually, in the moment, figure out how long he wants a fermata. Because every time he
Right.
does a phrase, it's slightly different.
Right.
Or he tapers, or he crescendos, or something, and I have to reflect it. So in the moment, you're always reacting with your antennae about which version is he going to do this time. And that's what's exciting about live music, is that it's never the same twice. And with pre-recorded tracks, you're more restricted to what you can sing over top. So it's really nice to do.
But if it's all you got for the moment,
Right.
it's better than nothing, but don't get used to it.
No, don't get used to it. As I said, this has been a gift. Just even to hear those first two pieces, to hear them live in this room has been, it's music to the ears. As they say. So tell me a little bit about these two pieces. Tell me a little bit about we'll talk about the program as we go through, but tell me about the first two pieces a little bit and why you chose them.
Well, that's the thing. We came up with this idea, we're going to do a recital, something, and then this all fell in place, and that was great. But indeed, what are we going to do? It's COVID time. It is holiday time, but we're also still working. It was coming out of school and trying to sort out with the universities what's happening next. How do we do that? Oh, but I'm a singer. Oh, but I play the piano. We've got to keep doing our thing, but we're squeezing that in all of this time, these few months where life just altered. And so number one, let's do things we kind of know. At least that's how I needed to look at it. So Chloë, I've known Chloë since doing the music festival in Victoria when I was 16 or something. And it's a perfect little love song. But it's a real love song. It's not a...
Well, you know that he only chose the first 4 stanzas. There's 13, and so in the last
Yes.
9, the lovely part that we sing goes awry.
But
death
we're going to
and
take it
there's-
awry in our own...
Right, but
Recital.
Mozart only takes the first 4, and so it stops where it's still lovely. Right. But in the actual poem, it goes downhill. But on Chloë, the way it is Mozart wrote it is
Well, it's a
ends on a
perfect little...
positive note.
it-
And then the next
And
one
then
is
Ich liebe Dich, Beethoven. It's his birthday, so it's his birth year. So
250th. Yeah.
you got to do some Beethoven.
Yes. And we don't associate Beethoven with, art song.
That's
No,
right.
not known.
Yeah.
And you know what? It even says it on this. It's wonderful. It's essentially says it's a terrible song. What?
The editor decided.
It says he composed 77 songs. However, this didn't excite. It's string quartets and symphonies and songs.
Yeah.
But I submit that some of these are the most beautiful songs ever written.
They're lovely.
You can't go wrong with one called Ich liebe dich.
Of course.
And what I love about it is it's perfect. The fact that it says, I think it's a good one for COVID time.
Yeah.
And for you and me, we can share this time. It's easier to bear if we share it.
Yeah.
You comfort me in my grief. I weep in your distress. God's blessing on you both. Enjoy this life. I love you. I need something to get me through this.
Yeah, I'm here for you. Yeah.
And whatever that is for somebody, that's crucial that you have something.
That's great.
So I thought that was a rather special
That's
thing for now. But now, of course, we get to go to Brahms.
Another love story.
Brahms, one of my favorite composers. Tell us a little bit about this piece.
And why did you choose it? Because usually lower voices sing this piece, not higher voices.
It's not I've avoided Brahms for years. It's just, cellos,
Cello,
and
basses,
warm,
violas, they all
and Brahms with his beard and drinking and cigars.
clarinets, but not flutes and
No, that's not
higher.
No.
So I think so. I've been avoiding it, but I love it.
That's great.
So I think finding and von ewiger Liebe, eternal love forever. It's wild because the text again has such a positivity to it, but there's this dark again aura.
Well, the woman's the positive one.
Well, yes,
the
but
guy
there's a depth in it that's this conflict between the two. It's gorgeous. But again, I will be there for you through thick and thin.
All right.
Is what it is. So we'll give
Let's hear it.
Brahms a little shot. Dunkel in Wald und in Feld, Abend schon ist es, nun schweigt die Welt. Nirgend noch Licht und nirgend noch Rauch, ja, und die Lerche, sie schweiget nun auch. Aus dem Dorfe der Bursche heraus, gibt das Geleit der Geliebten nach Haus. Führt sie am Weidengebüsche vorbei, redet so viel und so mancherlei. Leidest du Schmach und betrübest du dich, leidest du Schmach von anderen mich, werde die Liebe getrennt so geschwind, schnell wie wir früher vereiniget sind. Scheide mit Regen und scheide mit Wind, schnell wie wir früher vereiniget sind. Spricht das Mägdelein, Mägdelein spricht, unsere Liebe, sie trennet sich nicht, fest ist der Stahl und das Eisen gar sehr. Unsere Liebe ist fester noch mehr. Eisen und Stahl, man schmiedet sie unsere Liebe, wer wandelt sie Eisen und Stahl, sie können zergehen. Unsere Liebe muss ewig, ewig bestehen.
I figured their love is forever. That last note should be
Be
held
forever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a wild song. And again, I've been avoiding it forever, probably for good reason, but I get a chance to do it.
I
and
know.
It's so nice.
It's wonderful. And you were talking about that. It is so rich, and a lot of the lower registers,
Well,
and the
and
darker colors of the orchestra, if you think about it. But at the same time,
But
it just soars, and
just
it's just
soars,
so,
but also it's-
hopeful in a way too. There's a lot
I
I find in his music. There's that sense of hope too, but it's so romantic in that.
It's still a work in progress. I'm getting there.
It sounds wonderful.
I'm getting there. Give it time. Give it time. Thanks for letting me try it.
You're welcome.
Now I'm excited about this next piece because I kind of have a little, I don't know, I love Neapolitan songs.
Why?
And they're so,
Gee,
they're
I
so,
wonder why.
No,
Have
but they're
anything
just
to
so,
do with the ice cream?
the gelato, yes, but it's
No,
it's
but
just,
the three flavors, the Neapolitan.
the Neapolitan flavors, yes, of course. Although when I was a kid, I used to always scoop out the chocolate
Me
first.
too. And leave them in a vanilla behind.
And then you leave the, yeah. But they, again, speaking of Brahms and being so romantic and so full of emotion, and that's what Neapolitan songs are. They're sort of hard on sleeve. It's like Coringrada, Digidingilavui, all these songs. And then, or they sing about Naples and the beauty of Naples, like
Right.
O Sole Mio, right?
Yeah, right, they're still in-
But
But
this
it's
one,
the passeggiate, it's the
Yes, it's all about-
walkways and
it's
indeed eating the gelato.
yes,
And all the we were talking about this yesterday, all the couples
yes,
who are on the breakwater.
yes.
Or in the parks.
But on the breakwater
Okay.
is fun because it's right there on the water, and all the big ships are coming in, and Vesuvius is in the background, and you're eating your gelato and everything, and I have a nice walk along the breakwater, and then around every corner, because you don't see it until you see the corner, there's this little love scene. All these love scenes.
It's great.
But then, time to go home.
Time to go home.
Mamma,
Yes, yes.
vai via.
Isn't it? And it's just so, it's all about life. It's all about
But-
love, life, unrequited love.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little double entendre in some of the texts of these
Absolutely.
songs. Tell me a little bit about this Vucchela. 'cause
So
it's
is this
so-
unrequited love in a way, do you think? You were
I don't know. I
talking about
can't
this
wait.
yesterday.
I can't wait for you to say what this song might be about. I want to hear you say it.
Well, we were talking yesterday about the faded or wilted mouth, and I said that's not usually an adjective that you put with the word mouth, is faded or wilted, unless it's a person that's really, really old maybe, or dying. So I said, like,
then-
explain that to me, and so
And it's a beautiful little rose petal, but one that's little and sort of withered.
Yes.
Now, it's hard to. I mean, and yes, maybe it is about being in love with somebody who's a bit older. I love that they
Which
suggest
the
the bit older is 40.
at the Annunzio, he was known to have a couple of women, and some of them were in their late, or over 40, in their late 40s. Which I'm offended by.
Right, but precisely,
so
you
someone,
see.
at that age, you're getting the wrinkles,
Yeah,
and the,
wrinkles.
but there's also a possible other reason.
Oh, stop it!
Well, that's where I was going for. No, but there.
I-
What's what's also interesting is that he uses the diminutive a lot. So
Right.
even though they're older, but he talks about Vucchela with the ella, which makes
Right.
it a
But
little
the-
small,
the
little
diminutive
tiny,
thing-
and you think maybe it,
But there is a sense of frustration, I think, in the not in the music, but in the words that she somehow doesn't. She only receives passion from him,
Yeah.
and she doesn't seem to give it back. And maybe that's a Roman Catholic thing, you know, not until marriage. I'm not going
Right.
to actually show you. I'm actually
Yeah, but
having a good
that's-
time. I'm just going to sort of receive what you have to give me, but I'm not going to. It's not going to be a two-way street.
Have a good
And
time, but just don't marry her.
So
That's
maybe
right.
it's that sort of tense mouth thing where she's.
Well, that
you know,
was. Well, we all have had our moments, Joe.
right, we have.
I mean,
Not you and I.
Well,
but-
not you and I.
All right.
Trying to process it. But this is the other nice thing is, that's, you know, people keep asking, you know, how do I sing this? How do I learn to sing? How do I, whatever that is. Go out and live your life. Go out and live your life, then come back so you have something to sing about. So the idea about the opportunity to have been in Naples, the idea of having, you know, been enamored by an Italian woman, whatever, these things you bring to your music.
Right, of
It's
course.
nice. If you don't, if you've got nothing to sing about.
I have 3 memories from Naples. My husband had a really, really bad sciatica nerve, so could not carry luggage at that point of our
Oh,
lives.
well,
So I
then.
had to carry our luggage up and down the 3 flights of stairs. They didn't have elevators in the
No,
older
well, of
buildings.
course.
Our car got put in a parking garage, and when we finally got it out, our GPS was on Estonian. It automatically went back to factory
But at
settings.
least you came back and found a car. That's
And
very
the third one
Neapolitan,
was
no
there was a
car.
garbage strike. So there was just
Of course there was.
piles of garbage in the street, and with the humidity and the heat,
Oh, I'll
the
bet it was
smell
lovely.
was so. I mean, through the camera
Rancid.
lens, it was beautiful, but to actually listen and smell what was around you was just awful. Those are my.
I love
but I'm
when
sure it's-
when I was there, they had just come out with the seatbelt laws.
Ah.
And the Neapolitan response to it was guys selling boxes of T-shirts on the side of the road with a black stripe across.
Just to make it, of course. Neapolitans are great
They are
at getting
great.
around things.
the
and,
police.
Yeah.
and they make you believe anything.
Yeah.
They can sell you anything.
Anything. And if you're going to buy a computer, something heavy, make sure it's not rocks in the box.
There you go.
They're
with-
brilliant.
They are. And with that,
And on that note,
Vucchela.
Vucchela. I can smell it. I can smell it. Not the garbage. Yeah, good. Tu tiene una vucchela, no poco rillo, a pasugliatella. Damilo, e come una rusella, dammelo nuovasilo, dammelo canetella. Dammelo e pigliatelo, nuovaso picciarillo, nuovaso picciarillo, come che sta vucchella, che pare una rusella. No poco rillo, a pasugliatella. Sì, tu tieni una vucchella, no poco rillo, a pasugliatella. How was my Neapolitan? Just checking. Broken windows and empty hallways, a pale dead moon in a sky streaked with gray. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Scarecrows dressed in the latest styles, with frozen smiles to chase love away. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. Lonely, lonely, and tan at my feet, think I'll kick it down the street. That's the way to treat a friend. Bright before me, the signs implore me. Help the needy and show them the way. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today.
What do you think I think it's going to rain today means? You were saying something the other day about.
I was.
it
It suddenly
dawned on
occurred.
you
It suddenly occurred to me,
that it's
and
not.
it's silly. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. No, singer head, you're wrong. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's going to rain today. From the soul, from the being, from the
Rather than a negative thing.
Yeah,
about it raining.
it's absolutely. This is your moment. And again, I know it doesn't seem very happy, but to me it's the happiest song of all time. And it's the most beautiful love song of all time. Because it's whatever is out there, it's okay. You have the capacity in here to make a difference. So that's neglected American art song, I'd say. Right? So we're going to do, so that's Newman. We're going to do more Newman. We'll talk about Newman later. Oh, Simon Smith.
Yeah.
Right, which is about intolerance.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. What does Bonnie Henry keep saying? Be kind, stay calm, and
Be true to yourself.
be good to each other, whatever. But it's the message is so important. And this is to remind us that whoever we're confronted with, be nice.
Even if it's a big bear.
Even if it's a big bear. A boy and a bear. Here we go. tomorrow if I could borrow a coat to wear. Oh, I'd step out in style with my sincere smile and my dancing bear, outrageous, alarming, courageous, charming. Oh, who would think a boy and bear could be well accepted everywhere? It's just amazing how fair people can be. Seen at the nicest places where well-fed faces all stop to stare. Making the grandest entrance is Simon Smith and his dancing bear. They'll love us, won't they? They feed us, don't they? Oh, who would think a boy and bear could be well accepted everywhere? It's just amazing how fair people can be. Ready? Who needs money when you're funny? The big attraction everywhere will be Simon Smith and his dancing bear. It's Simon Smith and the amazing dancing bear. Nice. Intolerance. Don't be intolerant. I think it's a neglected American art song. It's beautiful. Randy Newman.
Yeah.
You know what he said when he won his Academy Award finally? After 16 years of nominations?
Which was that for?
For Toy Story, for one of his things, Toy Story. Remember, Toy Story, whatever that is, there's a whole world of Randy Newman before Toy Story.
From the 60s, yeah.
And he got up there and the place went wild and the whole of Hollywood got on its feet for him. And he walked up and he just shuffled up and he stood there and he sort of barked into the mic and said, "I don't need your pity." I love that. Then he went and sat down. Anyway, took his statue. I love it. Anyway, so this next song, which we're going to end with, is Dayton, Ohio. And that's the big question. What happened in Dayton, Ohio in 1903?
There's a date to the title, too, which is very important.
I know. What happened in Dayton, Ohio in 1903?
Something about a bike shop.
Yeah, but what happened in the bike shop?
Tell us. You love to talk.
I don't. I like to sing. They invented the airplane. So this song is about the invention of the airplane. And that's all that really needs to be said. And you can figure it out for yourself.
But Randy also said he was trying to pick a random town in the middle of America and reminisce about the olden days and how good they were as well.
Indeed. And if you look at it that's what it is. And then when you realize what happened there then, I love that.
Are we chatting with Joey before this last
I don't know.
number?
You want to talk to us or no?
Or how do we want to?
You can
I can talk. You're
Sorry, this is where
you're good at carrying
you can edit
this.
if you would like.
No, that's fine. I was actually going to ask you. I know you've programmed Randy Newman before. You always try to slip him into your recitals. And I mean, what?
I think it's neglected American art song. I think he writes like Schubert, in that he can write anything about anything in different styles and different ideas. He idolizes Schubert. He's got the soul of a poet. My microphone, sorry. He's got the soul of a poet. I think what's really cool is that he wrote all his songs for other people, but other people didn't know how to sing them. And so he got fed up of writing. He wrote for Frank Sinatra, Barbra Streisand, Three Dog Night, all these people, but they didn't get it, he said. So he said, I guess I have to sing my songs. But he's not a singer.
No, that's right, yeah.
Actually, he is. To me, he's the greatest singer because the text so much comes from his bared soul you know. And so there's a beauty in that, of honesty, that I think is the key. So
they're wonderful songs. I love them. I've heard you do them before, and
well,
they're great.
he, you know, another thing he said, which I think is lovely, he said that he really wishes people with pretty voices would sing his music.
So what do you do? Oh,
I'm
just
doing
kidding.
my
No.
best. I'm still working on it.
Man, but we go back. You mentioned that but we go back a long way, so we can. And Kinza and I have known each other a long time as well.
Well, this is the cat we all know.
We
each
can
other,
kind
so
of just, you know.
can't hide.
The last song.
Dayton, Ohio, 1903.
All right.
Thanks. We'll do it. You can stick around.
No, you can do it, and I'll come back.
Okay. Let's sing a song of long ago when things were green and moving slow. People stopped to say hello, or they'd say hi to you. Would you like to come over for tea with the missus and me? It's a real nice way to spend the day in Dayton, Ohio, on a lazy Sunday afternoon in 1903. Let's sing a song of long ago when things could grow and days flowed quietly. The air was clean and you could see, and folks were nice to you. Would you like to come over for tea with the missus and me? It's a real nice way to spend the day in Dayton, Ohio, on a lazy Sunday afternoon in 1903. Come on over for tea.
Well, that was great. Thank you both. I'm going to say it again. I said it at the beginning. It's such a pleasure to hear live music again. But at the same time, this pandemic has given us a chance to find different ways to bring new music. And when does an audience get a chance to see this kind of a setup? I said at the beginning, it felt like I was like Perry Como or Dean Martin on a variety show introducing his, you know, how they would sort of sit around the piano and say, here are my guests for this evening. But you get to see how you collaborate.
That's what I thought would be nice, is that it's always standing straight and the magic trick, everything right. But to just, you have an opportunity to just get in here for a moment, see what's going on. And that's all that we're doing, is just getting on with it. Kind of like what we're doing through this time. We just get on with it.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, both of you, for being here and for putting this together. It was a real pleasure to hear it, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And just go on to pacificopera.ca for more online content. And thank you once again, Kinza and Ben. It's been a pleasure.